Hey everybody, welcome back to A Glittery Life. Oh my gosh, this video. You guys, we are here to talk about Sonia G's new brush set. That is right. We are talking about the Pro Face set today. I'm even going to insert some clips of me using the brush this morning when I got ready. Just excuse the messy air dried hair. It's really hard to hold the blow dryer. Do you ever find something that you think is so beautiful, so perfect, so luxurious that it actually evokes emotion from you? I have to tell you, that is absolutely how I feel about these brushes. One, I'm proud of my friend. Two, as an artist and a brush aficionado, a brush collector, a brush lover, to see something like these brushes, I have them right in front of me, so that's why I keep looking down. To see something like these brushes, it is more than just a tool. It is absolutely the essence of like what an artisanal like tool is. And as a makeup artist, when I see somebody who is creating something like this with my job in mind, but also with somebody who's not a makeup artist, somebody who just is going to be using them at home, I feel overcome with emotion and I get moved to tears. So I did tear up a little bit today when I was using these. I'm going to cut that out of the inserts though. Nobody needs to see that. And no, I am not pregnant. I'm not crying over makeup brushes because I'm pregnant. So don't even like go crazy. So what we know about these brushes, they are launching this week. You can sign up to have early access to them, which I would suggest that. You know, these are handcrafted brushes and they are not limited edition, but to make tools like this, it takes some time. It takes a village, literally. So if you're really hoping to get your hands on them this round, you're absolutely going to need to have that like early access. I will link that in the like down below. That will be that first little link right there in the drop down, so that you can have the easiest access to these. Probably most of you have already signed up for that, but if you haven't and you're hoping to get your hands on the face set, the Pro Face set, you're gonna need to do that. So I mention $270 for the collection, and they'll continue to be stocked as they are created and made aloud. So let's just talk about them. I really do want to reference Sonia because she has made a lot of like recent posts about them. And it looks like she's posted only about 3 of them, but that's okay because I want to talk about the Detail Pro, which you'll see me right now using to set my under eye concealer. And this is one of those brushes that you can't believe how soft it is. And it's firm, yet so soft. That's what I'll say about the whole collection. The whole collection is like fierce and gentle. Like the brushes are firm and soft. The softest brushes you will ever felt. Nothing, even that crazy Wayne Goss brush holiday brush from a couple years ago it's not as soft as these. The Face Pro especially is actually, you know what? No, I think it's probably the Anoche, which is the softest one of this collection. I'll get to that in a minute, but you're gonna see, you just saw me set my under eyes with this detail brush and kind of set around my nose just to get that perfect, like diffused, not too much excess powder, but just to give it the right kind of set that I needed. And then the next brush that I want to talk about actually is the Anoche, and she talks a lot, and I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right or if I'm like butchering that. I don't speak Japanese very well at all. Okay, first off, I want to talk about the brush shape, the handle shape of these. This is a new shape for her. This is my preferred shape. This is definitely a pro brush shape, and you will find that you want to hold it like a paintbrush. You don't necessarily want it like really choked out. You really kind of like want to hold it like a paintbrush, and you'll get this very like effortless like feel to an application. And so you'll see me right now using this as just to powder my face. I'm using the Purlisse Perfect Glow BB Cream today, and I'm powdering with the Hourglass Veil powder. just for a really natural, like very pretty finish. And this brush feels like somebody's whispering your makeup onto your face. It's unreal. But the brush was inspired by the art of calligraphy, and she adapted its purpose to fit those with needs of a makeup artist. And you can just tell she obsessed over the creation of these in the most beautiful, fantastic way ever. So this is going to be one of those ones that I reach for. That, you know, a lot of these brushes are very multitask, and that's the cool thing about brushes nowadays. They've really evolved. Brush makers are making them so that they're multi-purpose. You could contour with this one. You could powder with it like I did. You could apply a highlight. You could apply a blush with this one. So it is very multi-purpose depending on what you're looking for. But I think in terms of the collection, it's the one that will feel like the biggest showstopper for you. I think one of my favorite out of the collection has to be the Face Pro. I love a big, chunky bronzer brush. And so I use this one to really sweep that bronzer across my face to really warm up my face. I am very fair, especially right now. And I mean, I'm always fair, but I am even more fair than normal. And so just to kind of give my face that little sun-kissed look, just sweeping this across my face with the bronzer, and then really just kind of turning it and repurposing it for just a little bit of sculpt using that Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette, just to kind of give the cheeks a little bit more definition, which is kind of what my round face needs. But I love the way this brush feels in my hand. I love the weight of it. I love the mixed fiber, or the mixed dyed fiber. It's a mix of undyed and dyed Sayako, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, goat hair. She did that so that it doesn't look as dirty, but the effect of it, it gives such a good airbrush, like just wisp to the face. I'm not even kidding. Plus it just feels so good. I mean, this kind of brush, if you have sensitive skin, and sometimes makeup brushes irritate your skin, even the motion of a makeup brush, this will be the cure-all for that. So, I want to talk about this for an hour. I love it so much. Okay, so next let's talk about the Cheek Pro. And this is a really petite cheek brush, which I appreciate. I typically use the Wayne Goss airbrush for my blush on a regular basis. That's sort of my default blush brush. And it's also a petite. It has a different shape to it because it's a taper, and where this is more of a rounded square, little rectangle, little square, kind of a mix. But it hugs this cheek so well, and this one has the most give to it in terms of watch it splay out on that cheek. And so you'll see me right now just kind of like building my blush up, and I purposely chose a very nude blush today using the Call My Blush from Bare Minerals, because her whole design for this was to be able to build up a very subtle blush, and keeping it subtle, but making sure that you're actually applying the product. And she really nailed it. The weight of these, you are gonna fall in love with. If you haven't used a weighted makeup brush before, I think you will really appreciate the difference of these. They're just sexy. Can I say that about a makeup brush? They are just the red, black gradient ombre handle with the black ferrule, and the shape of this, it's like a curvy woman. I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful. I don't know if that's, I'm not trying to like be sexual by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a true work of art, these brushes. And then the last one in the set that I want to talk about is the Fan Pro. And this is a very petite fan, different than, let's talk about like in comparison to Sculpt 4, which is one of her angled fan brushes. And look you can see the difference in the body style too. This one is a very thick, like, you know, round circular handle, where this is more of that paintbrush style handle, and very dense in the Sculpt and very wispy and airy in the Fan Pro. And you'll see as I just am like basically wisping, I keep saying the word wisp because that is the best way to describe these brushes. It just whispers the foundation, or whispers the product onto your face. So you can see I'm just scooping out the top of my cheekbone a little bit with this, and that brush splays out to really hug it perfectly and blend that. So a highlight that would normally come on pretty strong, the Super Glow by Natasha Denona, comes on really effortlessly and just really beautifully in a natural glow way. And you know, my preference is very natural skin, very beautiful, like perfect photo shoot makeup, like beauty campaign makeup. I love that. I like that rosy cheek and that glowy cheekbone, but nothing, no hard edges. And so I think these all do a beautiful job of blending on their own. A good makeup brush will do that for you. It kind of does the work for you. You put it in the right spot and you just let it do its thing. And I think you'll be very satisfied with this collection. And I actually believe for a lot of you, it will evoke an emotional response as well. I'm not going to be the only one. When you touch these, when you feel them, when you feel them on your face, I can't think of anything quite like it. So they're a 10. I mean, well, like I was going to say any different. I mean, I'm obsessed with all of her brushes. I'm using all of her brushes, including some of them in my pro kit. And I mean, this is kind of like that stuff that I'm not going to, I won't put this in my pro kit because I want it for myself, but I would certainly consider spending $270 to buy a second one to put in my pro kit. It's worth it that much to me. These brushes were sent to me from Beautylish for the purposes of this video and this review, and I always appreciate that. They are incredibly generous to make sure I have these ahead of time. And really that just goes with their customer service. They want to make sure that you're the most informed possible when making a huge purchase like this. This is a car payment, I get it. And so hopefully this information has been helpful for you, and a little bit of the detail and how to use them and seeing them in action has been helpful. And then just one last thing, because you might ask what's on my eyes, is the Natasha Denona mini nude palette. This just came, and so this was my first time playing with it today. So you guys, thank you so much for watching, and more importantly, Sonia, thank you for getting me. Thank you for understanding the plight and the needs of an artist. You are a true craftsman and just a brilliant thinker, and I just will always be a fan of yours. So you can get these on Beautylish. I don't think I've said the launch date, but I think if I am correct, it's the 26th. So it is right around the corner. And I'm sure between Beautylish, Sonia, myself, Sophie from Trend Mood will all be making sure that you guys know what time that launches. So please let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. And then also I still have a giveaway going on right now, so you might want to check that out as well. I just hope you have the best day ever, and thank you so much for tuning in today. If you're new and you're just coming over because you're looking for a review on these, please consider subscribing and sticking around and catching up on some of the content that you've missed recently. Thanks guys, have a great day.